How's it going, everybody? This is Ray with the Houston Film Fanatics, and today we are talking with the very, very talented Brett Ishida. She is a part of the Ishida Dance Company. They've got a show coming to town August 19th through the 21st. It's called Far Away, So Close. It's going to be taking place at the MatchMidtown Arts and Theater Center, Houston. Tickets are going to be available at matchhouston.org. And we are very excited to be talking with Brett today. She is the artistic director of Ishida Dance Company. She is also the choreographer for the show. So lots of great stuff coming to town as things start to kind of open back up and we get to go out and do things again. So I'm very, very excited to be talking to Brett today. And let's see what she's got to say.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
What's
Now I
going
know
on?
not too much. Another day in paradise here in the sweltering heat that is Houston. So then again, are you in Austin? Like, are you located in Austin?
Well, yes, at times, but I also often rehearse in Houston, and we'll be there because we work with some dancers there, and we'll be coming to Houston, as you know, next
Absolutely.
week. So really excited for a debut there.
All right. Well, hey, we are excited to have you now. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, if that is all right
Yeah,
to you. So, talking
absolutely.
about the show that is coming to town, Far Away, So Close.
Mhm.
It's going to be in town August 19th through the 21st at the Match Theater down in Midtown. What can audiences expect to see from a show like this?
Oh, I do want to add too, and we have decided to limit capacity. So Thursday night is a 25% capacity. It's social distanced. Friday, Saturday is reduced to 50% capacity, just for prudence and given the
Absolutely, safety
situation.
reasons.
And
100%.
yeah, so it just means that patrons are likely to have at least one or two seats between them and another party. So I just wanted to get that out there because a lot of people have been asking. So yes, other than it'll a fabulous experiential communal event. So many things. There are 4 pieces on the docket, 3 of which are world premieres. One is a world premiere for Houston, created by Danny Rowe. She is a formal principal dancer with Houston Ballet, so I'm sure she has a following. And she also danced with Netherlands Dance Theater, and she now choreographs on San Francisco Ballet, Royal New Zealand Ballet. She's an Australian native. It's a beautiful, beautiful work. We have another piece by Brett Easterling. He is a dancer from Batsheva and now is a professor at USC Kaufman. He also has his own company called Be Moving. He created a new work for this evening and Far Away So Close. And 2 of my pieces, one is an excerpt from a full-length narrative that was canceled due to COVID. And but we decided to just bubble up, have dancers test and continue to create work safely and carefully. And this piece, it's a narrative I've written. I write all of my narratives and work in a play structure, and then the movement comes from that framework and the emotional context in the plot. So the story it's about one couple unraveling and their doppelgangers. And this is a very dramatic scene that you all will see, which I think will be big fun. And the last piece will be Longing Floats Around You. That's the title's indebted to a Sappho fragment, who she's one of my favorite lyric poets from over a couple thousand years ago, the island of Lesbos. She was a politician, a writer, a teacher, a mother, a lover, musician, singer, songwriter, all of the above. And she wrote about things that were going on in her society and celebratory, as well as wars and complex relational issues. And this piece is about three couples and observations on loneliness within intimacy. Um, it, I hope that it delves into the pathos of loneliness, but it also, I think, my intent was to provide a reprieve from that feeling.
Well, I think at this point, everybody is so starved for entertainment, live entertainment, and things like that. I can only imagine the excitement that's got to be coming from the crowd with shows like this and being able to get back into a theater experience and getting to see things happen live in front of you. I know I'm insanely excited. Um, how long does it take to put together a show like this?
Well, as I mentioned, we had planned to do performances and then they were canceled. But in order to keep moving forward in some way, what we had done is quarantine the dancers and so we could get together and I could still create work. So that had happened several times during starting from August 2020. We did that to also give the dancers work and again just to prepare for the time when we could actually perform on stage. So it's kind of, it was in these different block periods. And we've been been rehearsing now for last 12 days and going into our week because we have performances here in Austin on Friday as our opening night. And then we'll continue on and go to Houston and for performances on the 19th, 20th and 21st. So we are just in the thick of it.
And I'm sure you guys are raring and ready to go. Like I can only imagine because I was reading in your bio about your work history, your dance company, and you guys launched Ishida Dance Company in the spring of 2019 in Austin, Texas. You guys were killing it with a bunch of sold out performances, and then in January 2020, and then of course the pandemic comes around and puts a hold on everything. And it's just crazy how you guys are able to produce these amazing shows with the full line of dancers and everything. So I mean, it's exciting, and I'm sure that you're excited. I'm sure that your dancers are excited and raring and ready to go. How many dancers are in this show?
Um, well, there are about 12. There's 12 total, and we've got some different casts of dancers in different pieces, but they're all just delightful. We have an international group of dancers from some of the top major companies all over the world. So it's really a unique event that that people are going to be able to see all these wonderful dancers kind of melded into one with Ishida and get to see all these world premieres.
Now, when you guys are selecting dancers, okay, so honestly, the world of dance is totally new for me. So I'm very excited. I love experiencing new things. So I'm very excited about the show and how it all comes together. So when you guys are selecting dancers to be a part of this, like, is there something specific that you look for? Is it the technique? Is it the flexibility? Because I mean, just looking at some of the teasers that they sent me, I'm looking at these people pretzel themselves into these different positions and thinking that I need to go to the gym, maybe just take up yoga. I don't know.
Well, all of our dancers do have a strong foundation of classical ballet, but they also, some of them do commercial work and also act. Others do have a breaking background or hip hop. But they still have that foundation of classical ballet. So they're just such a talented, diverse group, different ethnic backgrounds as well as their dance training, and they're all respectful, lovely people. That's really important to me as well. Not only, yes, all these people are talented, but they're community minded and collaborative and just team oriented, say.
Well, and the other thing that I was thinking about, again, as a newbie coming into this, um, I mean, how do you even go about transforming, this poetry into dance? I mean, it just blows my mind how creative that you guys get with this, and are able to be expressive, and get your point across with just through dance. So, I mean, that may be a total noob question, but I'm a noob and I can admit it. That's okay.
No, it's great. No. It's fine, Raylan. Um, yeah, well, so before I even get into the studio, the first thing I do is go through a rigorous writing process on paper. And I write out basically they're fragments, which in a way are my model is Sappho, and not that she intentionally wrote in fragments. It's just that that's what exists today of her work are fragments, because it was written on papyrus and they've been eaten away with by time. But that model of writing kind of fragments out and my thoughts, and then I use that then to put it into this play structure, act one, scene one, and break it down. What's going to happen? Having that level of detail and thought prior to going into the studio just helps me prepare and organize before I have dancers come in, and so I just have a clear model and soundboard of what I'm always going back to. Does the movement tell this narrative? And it keeps me on track in a way. And I think that for us it's really important that the work is able to be engaged by our audiences, that they're able to be like, oh, I get that. Like, I don't know how I get it, but I get it, because I want that level of comprehension within our, from in our psyche that it's also visceral too. So people are seeing us, and there's that hint of a narrative that they can gather, but they can see a reflection of their lives being shared on stage. Because isn't that what performing arts helps us do? And invites these existential questions and helps us grapple with conflict that we're having, whether it be within ourselves or within society, and to play with coming to terms with difficult things, and celebrating, the beautiful things that happen to us in our life.
Well, that's perfect. I mean, I'm blown away. I'm impressed. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm already excited. So, okay, I always like to end with this question. So, um, and people give me a hard time, but I'm like, I'm sorry. This is, there's no better way that people can get excited about a piece of work, whether it be a play, a film, a dance production. Why do you think people need to see this show?
Well, I mean, going back to, you had said this too, right? That we've all been having a lack of experiential communal opportunities, the last over a year, and it's so different experience something live. You can't get that by watching a stream or something on the telly. I mean, it just is not the same. And I had also studied ancient Greek and ancient Greek tragedy when I was at UCLA, and all of that knowledge and philosophy has influenced the way I write and my framework. And I think that, back over 2,000 years ago in ancient Greece, it was everyone's duty. All the citizens had to attend ancient Greek tragedy. It was a communal experience. It informed society of the moral code. And I think that it's, and again, yes, it was done in live. It was again mirroring what was happening in society through its history and present day, and also informed where are we going as a people. And I think that the type of work that we're presenting is modeled really after that. For me, that's been my intention. And I just hope that people will come and just see for themselves what it might be like. I mean, in our performances in January 2020 for instance, there was a piece I had created on Houston Ballet dancers, and it was called Drowning by Number Two. And the narrative behind that was that a close friend of mine, when I was attending UCLA, she was in the film graduate department, and she had called me one night, and she was kind of upset. And I was like, "Are you okay? Do you want me to come see you?" And she's like, "No, I just needed to hear you." And she said, "I'm going back to this place. I hadn't been to it. She said it's been a long time, but I'm finally ready to return and to pick up the pieces of myself that I lost here." And that has always stuck with me. And so I created a work following that narrative. And my dancers had papers, and they were carrying all of these papers and dropping them and trying to like put them back into themselves and on each other, until in the end they're throwing the papers in their clothes, and they're just coming to find acceptance in the things that they had lost. And I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said, "I don't know what happened to me, but I just started weeping during that piece. And I want to know if your friend's okay."
Oh.
Yeah, she's fine. Thank you. But I mean, just to give you some context,
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That may be my favorite answer that I have ever gotten to that question. I'm not gonna lie. Hands down, that has been my favorite answer I have ever received. Thank you for that, Brett. Well,
you're welcome. Sorry.
No, that was perfect. That was really perfect. Thank you. I'm very, very excited to see the show. I know that our audiences are going to be excited to see it. Brett, thank you so much for talking with us today. I really do appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Raylan. You're lovely.
You are lovely. You are lovely. So everybody, Far Away, So Close, like I said, it's going to be taking place August 19th through the 21st at the Match Midtown. You can get your tickets at matchhouston.org, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time, and I'm very much looking forward to it, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you again, Brett. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have a great day. All right.
Okay, I'm going to zip back to rehearsal.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.